It's Friday morning, and we're more than happy to see our friend Lance Hocutt, the money man, in person this morning. How are you, brother?
Face to face today. How's the tan look?
Looking good, man. If I didn't know better, I'd think you've been to the beach.
Maybe so.
Who was I talking? I was talking to somebody the day after you mentioned on our show for the very first time. You were calling in, and you said, I'm live this morning from the coast of someplace beautiful.
That's right.
And I was talking to somebody about it, and they asked me, because, people are nosy by nature. We like to know. Somebody asked me, so where was he? Where was Lance?
I was in PCB.
And I said, I don't know. I said, he's on the farm. He's got a place at the beach and all this. And the person kind of laughed, and they said, well, you know what? I want the person that's advising me on how to handle my finances to be successful.
That's awesome.
Because, Lance, can you imagine the impact on your business if you lived in a van down by the river?
Van down by the river. Circa de El Rio.
That would not be good.
That's right. Exactly. He was awesome, was he not?
Oh, man, the best. I miss him.
Chris Farley. It's amazing how those great, talented comedians have just, they just go by.
People like that. That's a troubled bunch sometimes.
Phil Hartman.
All kind of problems.
Who's Miss Doubtfire? Robin Williams. Mort from
Absolutely.
Org.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
John Belushi.
Thanks for saying that, whoever made that comment.
Absolutely. They said, I want my money man to be successful, and you are. A more comfortable approach to all things money. Lance Hocutt Financial Group, lancehocutt.com. Wonderful website, by the way. I compliment whoever does that, and maybe you. I don't know who does it.
It is my oldest daughter who's been working for me for a year and a half, Maggie.
Maggie?
That is Maggie.
She's wonderful.
Yeah,
very good.
She has graduated in art, just finished in May, and doing an awesome job reaching out through social media, keeping that website updated. In fact, we've got links to every radio spot that you and I have ever done.
Which is great. If you ever have missed something, and go back and listen to it.
Yeah, we try to title those by whatever the topic. We use that loosely because we have so many topics, particularly on Fridays.
You never know.
That's right. We never know. But, she does a great job for us.
I've pulled up the screen on the 95.3 Bear app. If you want instant gratification with an answer, you can tap it right now. 95.3 The Bear. I've collected 3 questions that I thought we could do today. We're all over the place, which is the beauty of this Q&A, Get Out of Debt Friday we do with you, Lance. Harold... Listen to this. Lance, my wife and I want 0 debt for the first time in our lives. We have credit card debt, and we have a mortgage payment, and that's all. We owe $90,000 on our house. What's the best way to achieve 0 debt?
So remember, there are 3 or 4 debts that I believe personally are very good debts.
Good debts.
Car debt, if you've got to get to work. Yeah. Number 2 is your student loan debt. Not fun when you're repaying it, but it's critical if mom and dad can't take care of that for you. And then a mortgage. So I like that he didn't say, well, we've got a lot of this and a lot of that and consumer debt and stuff like that. So the best way on his mortgage, let's take this one step at a time. If you make a mortgage payment once a month, it allows that interest to accumulate for that month. If just simply changing the payment date will have a dramatic impact, can reduce it by sometimes half.
Really?
If you do it over the long period of time. It can reduce your mortgage length of term, sometimes by a quarter if you're on the back
just
side of this.
Just by changing the date?
Well, let me tell you what I mean by the date. You take that same, if your mortgage payment's $1,000 a month, and if your due date is the first of the month, then you've had a full month since you've made that last payment. If you simply break that down into 2 payments of $500, it stops some of that interest from accumulating.
Interesting.
And it just eats away. I'm not a mathematician, but it works. Somebody with math skills can tell you a lot better than I can how that works. But it eats into that interest a lot faster. You remember our rule of 72. It works just the opposite for you as a consumer. So it continues to build. So I would recommend first, let's start making those house payments in 2 increments. Now, you need to get ahead 1 payment so the bank doesn't say, hey, you're behind. Well, let's get ahead. And then the second thing is let's find out what that credit card minimum payment is and don't pay that. Pay it higher. Pay whatever over that amount. You looked at me like, wait a minute, why are we not paying that? I saw your eyes right.
You bet. You're absolutely right.
So let's eat that credit card debt 1 bite at a time and apply that as fast as you can and eat it down quickly. I'm thankful what we're getting with our listeners is they're realizing it's not just me making the decision. It's not just her making the decision. It's us making this decision.
That's right.
And as long as mom and dad are together on this decision, it's going to work. So, guys, keep at it, keep plugging, and keep working on it. I'll be glad to help you if you need some help doing it.
Harold, it's Lance Hocutt. You can reach him at lancehocutt.com. So, the way to do it. It's funny what you said about working together, because you don't know ahead of time what the questions are going to be, which is amazing to me. That
I don't peek behind the veil.
No, it's like walking the high wire without a safety net.
Right.
You do so well, but what you said about teamwork will lead us into Lori's question. She tapped that app at 95.3 The Bear, and she says, I'm getting married in October. Congratulations, Lori.
Congratulations.
She says, my fiance is starting law school. I'm an RN. I'm just curious, do you recommend a joint banking account or separate accounts?
So that tells me Lori's not listened long enough to hear some of our first comments.
She's a newbie.
I love it, Lori, that you're thinking about this already. Remember, the number one thing that people divorce is what? It's about money. So I want Lori and her fiance, once they get married, it's not his or hers, it is what? It's ours. Okay? So you've got to get on the same page together. Make sure you're making good decisions. If you each need a little gimme money, go pull it out, put it in cash, and spend it on your Mountain Dews or your tobacco or whatever you got to have.
Starbucks, whatever.
That's right. Whatever your vice is. Everybody has it. So let's go get that mad money, but let's pay the bills. Let's pay the bulk of it out of one account. You don't need yours, his, and y'all's. You need ours, and it's all together. Great question, Lori. Keep it up.
And good luck with that wedding, by the way.
Good luck.
Let's see. This is from Ronald. I've been listening. I've been listening to you for several weeks now. I'm interested in hearing your answer to this. What's the absolute smartest thing you can do with your money?
Be consistent.
Okay. I've heard you say that.
We've had a similar question before.
Be consistent.
I want you to be consistent. Have a process. I know it's cliche here in Tuscaloosa because the guy down there off of Bryant Drive, but have a process and follow it. Yeah. Stick to it. That gives you control. So when the roof blows off, guess what? We don't have to worry about going into debt. When the tires blow up, guess what? We pull it out of cash or savings. So be consistent with everything you're doing. And I'm going to go further and say this. We talk a lot about 401k savings. Yep. The reason why 401k savings work so well, it is in the academic terms, it's salient, S-A-I-L-E-N-T. I may have spelled that incorrectly. It's salient. Okay, go look it up, Google it, they'll correct the spelling. But here's the point. It's out of sight and out of mind. It happens automatically. It's coming out before you get that paycheck. It creates consistency. You do that over 10, 20, 30 years, guess what? You're going to wake up with a wad of money in your 401k because it's been consistent. Mm-hmm. Now, I do recommend you watch it regularly, 6 months or so, make changes. But anyway, consistency, and I'm going to stick to that word.
We just got a question, and this is, two things. First of all, tap that app, 95.3 The Bear. I love this. We may have a whole new show here. It says, enjoy you every morning, Steve and Lance. The Steve and Lance show.
The Steve and Lance show.
Maybe it ought to be the Lance and Steve show. No. She says, would y'all please tell my mom, Linda Ragland, happy birthday in the morning. She's listening. She's the big 56. She's not going to like you saying that, although that is very young. 56 is the new 36.
That's right.
That's what I hear. All the kids are listening. Thank you so much for doing this. Well, there you go. Happy birthday, Linda.
Happy birthday, Linda Ragland. 56. That's awesome. I worked out with some 56-plus-year-olds this morning out at the gym.
Did they hold their own?
But I'll tell you what, Dr. Jamie St. John, he kills it every day.
Oh, wow.
He did a great job. I'm going to call him out today.
56 is the new 36.
That's right. Shannon did a good job, too.
I love that. Not Steve.
That's right. Not Steve, Shannon.
Not Steve. That's for sure. Take that one to the
12-ounce curls, maybe.
A little bit later. Okay, so here's another question that just came in that I want to get to this morning. This is from Northport. I am a renter, and I would like to raise my credit score. Are there services that report paying rent on time to the credit reporting bureaus?
You know, I have not seen that a rent will show up on your credit report. I know they check your credit whenever you're going to rent a property.
It should show up,
It should show up.
Yeah.
So I would go to your banker, whoever does your banking, and say, hey, how do I get this to show up? That is outside my wheelhouse, but I've got to think there's somebody that can report that out there. As an example, if you've got a private mortgage, you can ask that private mortgage holder to go and report that as well. Otherwise, it's not going to show up anywhere. But I've got to think somewhere you could get that rental company to report it for you.
Well, yeah, because it reflects how you pay your bills.
No kidding.
Paying them on time and all of those important things. And a final bear hug this morning. Y'all are checking in strong. I appreciate it. The Roll Tide Bear Gang listening to us right now. So a big bear hug to you guys. Hope y'all have a great weekend. And I hope you're ready to go 50 days from now when football is supposed to begin.
I hope it begins. I was listening to a commentator yesterday on the way down, and I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm kind of half and half right now. I hope it happens, but I'm afraid we'll be watching on TV or our iPhones.
That's exactly right.
Hey, guys, thank y'all for letting us come in on Fridays. It's great to have face-to-face. Thank y'all for your questions. God bless you. Hope y'all all have a great weekend. You can reach us, Lance at LanceHoka.com, 205-345-9733. The Lance Hoka Financial Group is an independent firm, and we clear through S.A. Stone. God bless y'all. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, brother. Be safe.
Again.
Thank you, brother. Be safe.